Greetings, in today's video we will discuss about a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. After we run through summary and detail by chapter, we will have a look at the key takeaways. And stay with me till the end of video for bonus fun facts. In Start With Why, Simon Sinek explores the concept of why certain leaders and organizations are able to inspire, while others are not. He argues that what sets successful leaders and organizations apart is their ability to communicate a clear sense of purpose or why that inspires others to follow them. Sinek argues that most organizations communicate their what they do, and how they do it, but they often fail to clearly communicate their why they do what they do. He suggests that the most successful leaders and organizations start with why they do what they do, and use this as a foundation for everything else they do. Sinek uses a framework he calls the Golden Circle to explain this concept. The Golden Circle is made up of three concentric circles. The innermost circle represents the why, the middle circle represents the how, and the outer circle represents the what. Sinek argues that starting with the why is what sets successful leaders and organizations apart, and that the how and what should flow naturally from the why. Throughout the book, Sinek provides numerous examples of successful leaders and organizations that start with why, such as Apple and Martin Luther King Jr. He also provides practical advice for individuals and organizations looking to discover and communicate their own sense of purpose. Overall, Start With Why is a thought-provoking book that challenges readers to rethink their approach to leadership and communication. It offers a compelling argument for the importance of starting with why, and provides practical guidance for how to do so. Now here is a more detailed summary of each chapter in Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Chapter 1, A World That Doesn't Start With Why. In this chapter, Sinek introduces the concept of the Golden Circle and explains why starting with why is so important. He argues that many organizations are focused on what they do and how they do it, but they often fail to communicate why they do what they do. Sinek suggests that starting with why is what sets successful leaders and organizations apart. Chapter 2, An Alternative Perspective. Sinek provides examples of successful leaders and organizations that start with why, such as Apple and Martin Luther King Jr. He argues that these leaders and organizations are able to inspire others because they communicate a clear sense of purpose or why that resonates with people on an emotional level. Chapter 3, The Golden Circle. In this chapter, Sinek introduces the Golden Circle, which is made up of three concentric circles: why, how, and what. He argues that successful leaders and organizations start with why and use this as a foundation for everything else they do. Chapter 4, This Is Not Opinion, This Is Biology. Sinek explains how the human brain is wired to respond to emotions and why starting with why is so effective at inspiring people. He argues that when people connect with a sense of purpose or why, they are more motivated and engaged. Chapter 5, Clarity, Discipline, and Consistency. Sinek provides practical advice for individuals and organizations looking to discover and communicate their sense of purpose. He suggests that a clear sense of purpose should guide decision-making, and that consistency in communication is key. Chapter 6, The Emergence of Trust. Sinek explains how starting with why can help build trust with others. He argues that when people share a sense of purpose or why, they are more likely to trust each other and work together towards a common goal. Chapter 7, How a Tipping Point Tips. Sinek discusses the importance of early adopters in spreading ideas and creating change. He argues that successful movements start with a few passionate individuals who share a sense of purpose or why, and that this can lead to a tipping point where the movement gains momentum and spreads to others. Chapter 8, Start With Why, but Know How. Sinek explains that while starting with why is important, it is also necessary to understand how to bring ideas to life. He argues that successful leaders and organizations balance their sense of purpose or why with practical knowledge and skills. Chapter 9, Know Why. Know How. Then what? Sinek concludes the book by summarizing his arguments and providing practical advice for individuals and organizations looking to start with why. He suggests that starting with why is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process of discovery and communication. Chapter 10, Communication is not about speaking, it's about listening. In this chapter, Sinek emphasizes the importance of listening to others in order to communicate effectively. He argues that successful leaders and organizations not only communicate their own sense of purpose or why, but also listen to the perspectives and needs of others in order to build strong relationships and create meaningful change. Chapter 11, When Why Goes Fuzzy. Sinek acknowledges that discovering and communicating a sense of purpose or why can be challenging. He suggests that it is important to regularly revisit and refine one's sense of purpose, and to stay true to it even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. Chapter 12, Split Happens. Sinek discusses the challenges that can arise when an organization loses sight of its sense of purpose or why. He argues that staying true to one's sense of purpose can help prevent internal conflicts and maintain a strong sense of identity and direction. Chapter 13, The Origins of a Why. In this chapter, Sinek discusses how individuals and organizations can discover their sense of purpose or why. He suggests reflecting on one's personal values and beliefs, and identifying a sense of purpose that resonates on an emotional level. Chapter 14, The New Competition. Sinek argues that successful leaders and organizations compete not only on the basis of what they do or how they do it, but also on the strength of their sense of purpose or why. He suggests that a clear sense of purpose can differentiate an organization and create a competitive advantage. Chapter 15, The Importance of Why. Sinek concludes the book by summarizing the key arguments and takeaways. He emphasizes that starting with why is not just a theory, but a practical approach to leadership and communication that can inspire others and create meaningful change. He suggests that starting with why is essential for anyone looking to lead and make a positive impact in the world. Overall, Start with Why is a thought-provoking and practical book that challenges readers to rethink their approach to leadership and communication. It offers a compelling argument for the importance of starting with why, and provides practical guidance for how to discover and communicate one's sense of purpose. Here are some key takeaways from Start with Why by Simon Sinek. 1. Starting with why is essential for inspiring others and creating meaningful change. Successful leaders and organizations communicate a clear sense of purpose or why that resonates with people on an emotional level. 2. The Golden Circle provides a framework for understanding how successful leaders and organizations operate. Starting with why serves as a foundation for everything else they do, including how they do it and what they do. 3. The human brain is wired to respond to emotions, which is why starting with why is so effective at inspiring people. When people connect with a sense of purpose or why, they are more motivated and engaged. 4. Communication is not just about speaking, it's also about listening. Successful leaders and organizations not only communicate their own sense of purpose or why, but also listen to the perspectives and needs of others in order to build strong relationships and create meaningful change. 5. Discovering and communicating a sense of purpose or why is an ongoing process that requires clarity, discipline, and consistency. It is important to regularly revisit and refine one's sense of purpose, and to stay true to it even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. 6. Successful leaders and organizations balance their sense of purpose or why with practical knowledge and skills. Starting with why is important, but it is also necessary to understand how to bring ideas to life. 7. A clear sense of purpose can differentiate an organization and create a competitive advantage. Successful leaders and organizations compete not only on the basis of what they do or how they do it, but also on the strength of their sense of purpose or why. Overall, Start with Why provides a compelling argument for the importance of starting with why, and offers practical guidance for discovering and communicating one's sense of purpose. It is a thought-provoking and inspiring book that challenges readers to rethink their approach to leadership and communication. Bonus, here are some fun facts about the book and author Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek's TED Talk on the same topic as his book, Start with Why, is the third most popular TED Talk of all time, with over 65 million views as of 2021. Sinek's interest in leadership and communication was sparked by his experience working in advertising, where he observed that successful companies didn't just sell products, they sold a sense of purpose or why. Sinek is an adjunct staff member of the RAND Corporation, a non-profit research organization that provides analysis and policy recommendations to government and private sector clients. Start with Why has been translated into over 30 languages and has sold over 2 million copies worldwide. Sinek is also the author of Leaders Eat Last, Together is Better, and The Infinite Game, all of which explore different aspects of leadership and communication. Sinek is an avid traveler and has visited over 50 countries around the world. He often incorporates his experiences and observations from his travels into his work. Sinek is known for his signature style of wearing a blazer, dress shirt, and jeans when speaking or presenting. He has said that his outfit is a reflection of his belief that people should be comfortable being themselves in any setting. Thank you for watching this video, hope you find it useful to develop better you better me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check my other videos.